So, what does knowledge management do? Every day, people and organizations need, use, and generate knowledge. The total sum of an organization's knowledge basically consists of what its employees know and what is stored in the different repositories of knowledge, such as documents, emails, procedures, and so on. But most often, an organization is much less than the sum of its parts. In other words, the knowledge that it possesses is not available to everyone when they need it. This could be because they do not know where it is, or even that it exists, or because they cannot access it, or even because the person holding the knowledge is unwilling to share. In order to be competitive, a firm needs to understand what it knows and what it needs to know in order to achieve its strategic objectives. It needs to identify the most valuable knowledge and to transfer or share it with whomever needs it in the organization. Often, however, the most valuable knowledge is not easy to identify or share because it is deep within the minds of experts. Here, to paraphrase Davenport and Prusak, it exists as a fluid mix of framed experience, values, contextual information, and expert insight. To understand why the most valuable knowledge is so tied to experience, know-how, and context, ask yourself why a university can never produce an experienced manager. There is no way to extract the knowledge of an expert and place it in a document so that upon reading it, a beginner becomes an expert. This kind of knowledge is called tacit knowledge, and it is best transferred through master-apprentice relationships, common work projects, and other forms of collaboration and socialization. Beyond transferring and protecting existing knowledge, firms also need to generate environments where new knowledge can be created. Knowledge is best created in an unstructured context where people are free to experiment and where failure is seen as part of the learning process. It is best created when different kinds of knowledge and the people possessing it interact, combine, socialize, and build on their know-how and know-what. This is where knowledge management comes in, and this is why it must never be confused with information management, which deals with the transfer of easily codifiable facts and figures. Although people argue about the scope of KM all the time, generally, KM involves understanding what knowledge the firm needs in order to be competitive in the short and long term. This very much ties it in with corporate strategy. An understanding of what knowledge the firm actually possesses and where this knowledge is found. Getting the right knowledge to the right people at the right time. Making sure that valuable knowledge is not lost, for example, if key employees leave or retire. And creating an environment where new, relevant knowledge can be created. To achieve this, KM needs to ensure that an organization has the right organizational culture where people want to share, collaborate, socialize, and learn, has the right processes for detection and categorization of knowledge, has the right processes and environments where people can share, collaborate, learn, and innovate. These could include cross-functional project teams, employee rotation across departments, common wikis, documentation requirements, master-apprentice relationships, and so on and so on. And finally, that it has the right technological infrastructure that conveys codified knowledge to whomever needs it at the right time, while supporting the processes, environments, and culture for the transfer of tacit knowledge. The exact role of technology in this context is a hotly debated issue, and it is something that we will return to later. You can also find an in-depth discussion of this on the KMT website. Suffice it to say that if technology is properly designed and aligned to the processes in the firm, thereby implemented in a way that does not disrupt existing culture and processes but supports them, then it can be a very valuable tool in the transfer and sharing of knowledge. So, to recap, KM is about establishing the right organizational processes, environments, culture, and technological infrastructure to help you understand what you know relative to what you need to know, and then share, protect, and further develop key knowledge and knowledge assets. Thank you for watching. To learn more, go to KMT, where you can find everything you need to know about KM from A to Z.